June 1st, I was man again, and woman, thinking of an appropriate gift for your dealer, while Freddie was dressed as one of your patriots, gulping down the empty space, phoning the dead girls on an 0800, foraging the city for little understanding, saying, the funny thing is, I can't even know what I'm feeling when you say my name wrong, when you sit down in the morning and explain to me how you like your eggs, you like them the wrong way. And Freddie is checking the street for something to bother, and I am the man outside, and you call me over to the garden and say, the funny thing is, I am happy to be here.
June 1st. I'm a black book left in the sun too long. I'm washed white and bird-brown frail. I'm red behind the eyes, and I bleed yellow bile. When I spew out my infant's food for the day, it is a putrid green. The thing tells me that he is getting unwell from the meals, but I tell him he is ridiculous. And he should try walking uphill backwards in hurricanes and snowstorms to get to school if he is to complain. Picking raisin threads from Twix in my teeth with silly string has been ineffective, so I will be henceforth moving on to worms. The man in my bright box insists they are quite useful for the wriggling, vibrations that are good for chakras and whatnot, though my neighbour claims otherwise. Her own solution sounds like a car crash, and I have conducted enough of those for a lifetime. If neither work, I shall rely on the trusty hacksaw my great-grandfather allegedly stole off of his own neighbour shortly before he was dismissed from the draft for grievous injury. Gets he out of any gherkin, he used to tell my mother before the tetanus took him. Where exactly it took him, she still won't tell me.
June 4th. I am writing this letter in fevers. I am writing this letter as I take my shirt off, unwell from the meals. I don't know what's prayed to you now. Was the sum of your actions digested and understood? You think I'm ridiculous, going to the doctor for a thing like this, and walking backwards like you said, and walking with some other sign that injury requires our full attention. And I personally would like to thank you for your continuous contributions, and know that before your arm was a court ruling, it wrapped around me. And what do you call that? And before my street was a collective memory shot down for the metaphor's malpractice, I loved you. Before the dogs learned to be boys with bright futures who ate our dinners and shat them out, I loved you. And this here rod will bash your head in, but I believe that the sum of us will make it. Walk into homes where we are both men and women, where you take off my shirt, and the funny thing is how a body eats you back. The sky birds dripping into our left lung, the poor drunk things making a home for you.
June 5th. Bite the wafer, drink the Kool-Aid. I often have a hazy magnesium-induced vision of a life thread strung up on a fishing wire instead of the crucifix. When the neighbour offers puppeteering, I tell her pup and pet together are redundant. I personally lead a life free from all distress and worry because the man is telling me what to do. The man once told me they are coming for our children, to which I said I don't believe in pronouns and I don't believe in these so-called children either. Regardless, I purchased from him these supple mints that shall make me live forever. At the very least, make me live long enough to fling myself into the rising oceans. They burn as they go down, but I'm sure that means it's working. Things only work if you know they're working, of course. And if they don't work, I suppose my Dane will have to send his complaints to the bright box in my stead.
June 7th. If I was more important, I'd see my body hanging outside the Bond Street gift shop. I'd let the wafer bite me back. I'm almost certain that some things live forever, but every Sunday I want to call you up, tell you how the trees are moving, that you can call my body whatever you want and I will not answer. It burns as it goes down. And I only have meaningful thoughts. Start the letter with bleach. Watch the world's coolest dictator wave from your poem, from where we cannot know if now or then or before our children ever existed. This is, of course, irrelevant.
June 17th. Admittedly, the sun often feels like a distant memory. It's here, of course, the ever-present burning that I better know is a steady climbing pressure up the slush-topped mountain. The kid no longer speaks of me, my mother is gone, and all that ever mattered is out of my life. The loneliness comes in worms and termites and a pestle to grind my bone to meal. I watch the light brighten and dim and brighten again. There are clouds to fill my belly with an emptiness that matches my chest, the branches that simulate chi and other foreign substances, the grinding stones, the weeping birds, the drooping of a man-moulded tree chair that aches for a freedom that isn't powder-pressed into her. Her malleability, my rhino-skin hands are downfall. I write this to you, overlooking many fields of flowers. I write this to you, less man than woman, less woman than man. The bugs crawl over my ball-jointed PVC smooth, universal white body, and thus they feast.